Hello, once again, this is Brother Teacher. So you have a new child that is just coming to the world, a little girl or a little boy. But I focus in this particular video mainly on the little girls because these are the precious ones that I have seen, uh, how should I say, abused to some degree. Now, someone might ask, what do you mean abused? I'm talking about abused by the mother, the father, as it relates to piercings at a very young age. What do you mean, Brother Teacher? It's not complicated understanding what a piercing is. A piercing is when you take something that's sharp, such as a needle, and you poke it through your skin for decorative reasons, aesthetic purposes, beauty, even, or enhancement. Now, if someone walked up to you today, whether you have earrings or some piercing already existing on your body or not, and they walked up to you and just grabbed you and stuck a needle through your face, your nose, your cheek, even your ear, would you accept that readily? Of course you would not. First of all, you would consider it a violation of yourself. You would consider it infringing upon your rights and your person. Now, that's because you are fully grown, you're mature, you're old enough to understand or comprehend. So if you're fully grown and you can make that decision that you don't want someone sticking a hole in you, why do you do it to your children when they're of a very young age? I know earrings are cute, even if it's a teardrop or a little hoop. Maybe you want your daughter to look like you or to be the beautiful angel that you depict her as being in your mind or imagination. Maybe you want her to be just like mom. But doesn't she have a choice? Why are you piercing her ears before she's old enough to accept having any piercings at all? Why does she not have a choice? Don't you believe that you are violating her on some level? Now, some of you might take issue with what I'm saying. Some of you might even be offended. It doesn't matter if you're offended. I could care less if you're offended. It doesn't change the point. You see, that's not your body. Your child belongs to God first. And that child is given to you to raise up. That does not give you permission or consent to do anything that you want to do with that child. It's a heavy cost to pay or price to pay to raise another mind. Now, if you can put a piercing in your little girl's ear and she's 1 year old, or 2 years old, or 3 years old, then you might as well just go all the way. Put a saucer in her lip, like some African tribes did back in the day. Put a bone through her nose. Let's just cut some holes in her forehead and put some shells in her face. Put some gauges in her earlobes. While she's still a baby, 1 or 2 years old, you might as well go on ahead and give her nipple piercings. You say, oh no, that's too much. How do you know what's too much? What's the gauge that you're using to measure this? It doesn't even make sense, does it? So there has to be some point where you say, well, I can't go beyond this point with my child as far as the piercings are concerned, but I could put a little prick in their ears and give them some nice little studs for earrings. You don't have a right to do that. Give your child the chance to grow up and teach your child that they have rights, and allow that child to make the decision whether or not they want earrings. that's going to cause them to have their body pierced. Don't make that decision for them, because it's not your decision to make. It's their body. It's no different than some lewd and some predator uncle or other relative raping your child. They have no right to force themselves on them in that way. Surely you would kill them, possibly. You'd rather go to prison over that child of someone that you knew, stranger or otherwise, were to molest your child, because they're taking away their innocence. They're taking away something that's precious to them. That's their body. Do you think piercing your child's ear is any different? Well, it's not. It's still their body. You don't have a right, but your child has all the right in the world to make a decision for themselves when they get of age. And you ask them that. And even if you don't ask them, they'll make the decision themselves when they get old enough to make the decision. So stop putting holes in your baby's ears before they even know how to speak well or walk well, or before they even enter school for the first time. You follow? And the same goes for male children, little boys. I've seen guys, older men, that have studs in their ears. Some of them have two earrings, some have one diamond in one ear. And they had that old boy, chip off the old block, daddy's little man, and you had to put an earring in his ear. How dare you? Stop putting holes in your baby's ears, or any part of their body for that matter. It's not your right. It's not your body. That's all I had to say. Now, in the earlier hypothetical example that I gave, would you let someone walk up on you and pierce your ears against your will? And you are an adult? Would you let someone put any markings on your body, or to come up and put a tattoo on your face, and you fully grown and you can make your own decisions? No, you wouldn't. You make your own decisions in your life, don't you? If that be true, let your child make their own decisions as it relates to their body, because their body is personal and it belongs to them, not you. You're just a caretaker, protecting them from everyone outside of them, to include you. This is Brother Teacher. What do you think?